Let's start. If you are here. Okay. First of all, big welcome to this class where we are going to see all the details about how to use the iPad related with our ICT tools that we have available at the University of Deusto. Okay, my name is Alex Rayón, and with my fellows Ana Martinez and John Gonzalez, we are members of the ICT office. That is supporting an office where you can go whenever you want to ask us whichever question you have related with ICT tools. Okay, our email address is this one. And you can find us in the 7th floor of the CRAI building, okay? And the idea of today, as far as I know, I am very open to whichever question you have, so please stop by me whenever you want. My idea today is to show you how to use the iPad for productivity, for the main uses you are going to make it at this MBA, and see especially the Google Apps applications. Why? Because that's what you have with your Open Deusto email address. All of you already have an Open Deusto address, right? Is anyone here without? Don't have it yet. Why? Have you?
I'm still doing the matriculation.
Okay, the enrollment. Okay. Okay. But you are going to have it soon. So let's suppose today, because I am going to use a lot the Google Apps, let's suppose that all of you already have I have write an asterisk, but this would be your login at opendeusto.es. Okay. We have an agreement with Google for offering all our students, and not only the students but also all our staff, the Google apps for education. So with that Open Deusto address, you have access for all the Google Apps for Education suite. Okay. All of you know what's Google Apps for Education? Have you already used it? No? Okay. I am making these questions just to know which point to start over the class. Okay, my idea is to first of all see the main uses of the iPad. I am a teacher at the engineering faculty, and frequently I use the iPad in the room also, so I want to show you some applications for using. This is the scheduling for today, but as I have said before, I am very open to whichever question you have. Okay, so please feel free to ask me whatever you want. Okay, so let's start. You already have an iPad with the basic applications. The idea at this MBA is to use the iPad for everything you have to do. And as you can see, I have many apps in folders. You know how to gather different applications in folders, right? No. You know when you have you see that I have a folder called Education, where I have many education apps. So when you have an application, if you push your finger towards the application, it starts shaking, you see? And that's how to move the applications. You pass your finger and you roll it. You see? Right? So that's how the way that you have for gathering applications in the same folder. Okay. The first thing you should know is that you have here the App Store, where you can download applications. You know it? Okay, so you start there. You have to introduce your username and password for all the Apple suite. And here in the up right corner, you have there to search for different applications. So, for example, let's search for Google. You see? Do you already have this one? The one with the blue? No? Install it, please, because that's the one that we are going to use. That one with the G in white one and the blue back. Oh, install also the Google Plus. Do you know what's Google Plus? More or less? Okay, so we are going to use it also today. Let's install that later, so that's not so important. You know how to install an application, or let's see it. If you want to install an application, just click on install. You see here, install. We'll click on it. Are all of you connected to the Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Yes, right? You know how?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, click on it. Yeah, and the Google Plus also. Yeah, put your password there. Okay, and once the application is installed, you see that the button changes the level and it appears to open it. And if you click on open, the application is going to be launched. And you have here, in this case, the translator. So this is the way to install as many applications as you want. In the App Store, you also have categories where you can search for the top charts. For example, these are the most installed applications. For example, the ones that are free, whatever. Here, if you click on all categories, what you are going to see are all the applications classified by categories, such as the education, food and drink, sports, business, and whatever. For example, if we click on education, click, and you can see for the education category the most downloaded paid applications, the most downloaded free applications, and these are the top grossing that are the funny ones. So for example, that one, do you know the iTunes University?
No.
Is anyone using it? So install it also, because we have many educational resources there. I strongly recommend it for you, iTunes University. Okay, so this is the basic way to install applications. Okay, you have to go through the App Store. Do you have any question so far? No? Okay, so let's go ahead. So you have an application now that is this one, right?
Yes.
Let's open it. And what you are going to see is something. Okay, you know how to close applications? Because I am doing it. But you know how to do it? No.
It's important.
Yeah, very important. Why? Because when you have 50 applications working, the battery is going to die quite fast. So, and when you have 50 applications that are connected to the 3G, it's quite important to close the ones that consume the data. So to close applications, just double click on the button, the main button of the only button of the iPad. Double click on it, and you see that it appears this dock, and you just push the finger, and it's going to appear shaking the apps, and you click on this icon, and we close the application. Okay? And just to quit the shaking activity, just click again to the button, and we will be working again. Okay, so let's open this application, the Google Apps. Are you already seeing this one? You see on the top right square, what's there? Is that your Open Deusto address? Not yet, right? Click on it. And it's going to appear as sign in or something like that, right? Yeah, sign in and introduce your login and your password. Open Deusto. At the University of Deusto, we only are going to use Open Deusto address. That's the address that we use for every communication with our students. So that's the email address that you should be using for all over the year. Any problem with it? Everything okay? You should be using the iPad? Yeah. Okay, that's the message that I have to deliver. So, you have the iPad, right?
Yes, but not here.
Ah, okay. Sorry. Sorry?
Otra vez me meto con el número de usuario.
Yeah. Is it working? Okay. Okay. You have a really nice picture in your profile. Sorry?
I still don't have the Open Deusto account.
Ah, you don't have it. Okay, so log in with your personal email address. Yeah, log in again. Introduce there your credentials. .s, yeah.
¿Quieres el MX? No. Entonces el existe.
Ese punto com.
How is it, Inigo? Is it okay? Ah, okay. Do you have a Gmail address?
Yes.
Use it, just to follow the class.
I have the iPad, so I don't know. But can you be logged in both accounts at the same time, like on the website?
No, not in the iPad. No, as far as I know, because you know that there are many tricky ways to do it.
They're like working differently. The main mail of the iPad and this application goes separately of
Yeah.
the things of the iPad.
Yeah. Yeah, the personal account linked to the iPad, I guess that is your personal account at Apple, right? And this is your Open Deusto email address. That's a Gmail email address. Okay, we write Open Deusto here, but behind it is Gmail. Okay, so it is a Google account. Do you understand? Okay. So, do you have any question, Madi? Ah, okay. Everything okay? Let's go ahead. Raymond, it's okay? Okay. So, let's go to the apps. You see this screen? Okay. This is the whole Google Apps we have available for us at the University of Deusto. Okay, with our email account. We are going to see Gmail now. We are going to see calendar. We are going through Google Docs. That this one is going to be quite useful for the MBA. If you have to work together, doing any work or whatever, you are going to do it in a collaborative way. Google News, that's up to you to use it. And we are going to see also Google Plus. And finally, we are going to see Google Drive. Okay? And so that's going to be our main scheduling for today. But before seeing the Google Apps, we are going to see another main features of the iPad. Okay? So all of you are connected to the Wi-Fi. To which network?
Deusto
the
Business School.
No, not to the Wi-Fi. That's not allowed. It shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be allowed to connect to the Wi-Fi. I know that you have, but don't use it, please. Which is the one that you are using?
The DBS.
So okay, DBS, no problem. Any problem with it? No. So let's go ahead.
For example, in the Mac, it doesn't connect to Java. I guess it's restricted.
Yeah. We have many applications restricted. If any application is not working, such as Java, that's why. That's because we cannot open for many applications our addresses, our networks. Okay, next, main apps. You are going to use many files, many documents along the year for this MBA. Which is the applications that you are currently using for managing your documents at the iPad? Drive. Any other one? Dropbox. Any other one? Okay, do you know iBooks? This one? Install it, please, because that's the one that I use. I also use Google Drive, but we are going to see the differences between them. By the way, John, you shouldn't be using Dropbox because with your Open Deusto address you have Google Drive. That's the message. You understand me? This is a very useful file manager. I have to send in this. This is my personal book library. Okay, here I have all my books in different categories. You see, so here is where I gather all the PDFs, all the documents, all the docs, or whatever, all the files in general that I have for my lecturing classes, for my work, for whatever. And you see that I have many categories. These are folders. So, for example, if I go to economy, here I am going to find all the PDFs that I have in economy category. If I go to social media, for example, I can find here all the books, all the digital books that I have in social media category. And here is where I can buy books at the Apple Store. This is an official Apple application. If I click on Store, you see there on the left up corner, it opens the application where I can find different books to buy. Okay, this is such as the App Store for buying applications. Here is where I can buy ebooks. Okay, you understand? So this is, you can spend some time here to see different books. So this is one of the applications I use for managing files. I also use Google Drive, the one that John is going to use after this class. Have you installed it? Because we have a specific application for it. Do you already have it? Let's install it. Google Drive.
What do you use June?
Okay.
Is it recommendable or just to explain us the job choice?
Because I prefer, in Google Drive, I have, for example, the presentations I use at class, because I edit those presentations with my students while I am in class. So it's somehow to work in groups. All the files that I have in Google Drive are the ones that I use in a collaborative way. The books I read, I have in the iBooks application. And answering your question, I could use only Google Drive, no problem. Indeed, I have also many PDF in Google Drive. So no problem. It's my personal, yeah, up to you. My personal customs, okay? You see that here I have also many folders. I have the eCampus, all my lecturing classes, my PhD, the research, the papers we write, what I do at the university or whatever. So for example, here we are going to see later how to use Google Slides. That is, in Google Apps, we have the option to elaborate their Google Slides. We can elaborate their presentations without using Microsoft PowerPoint or without using OpenOffice Impress. Okay, so for example, this is one of my subjects. It is going to take some time while it is loading. So, you see? And these slides, I have developed them using Google Slides. And we are going to see later how to use it. So I only use Google Drive for it, but if you want to use it also for storing your files, no problem for that. Okay, that's your personal uses. This application is quite useful. You can see that we can access to any slide quite fast and whatever. We can also put it in the bigger screen.
I would say in your effect that, for example, at first I only used Google Drive, but then I also installed some books in the ebook because it's easier to read in the ebook. So, because in Google it opens like smaller or in a different way. The ebook is more like a book, so it's easier.
Yeah, you have the effects of going through the pages and so on. So that's why many people is somehow to remember when we cross the pages and so on. So yeah, that's another reason. This is very personal ways to use. So that's why I always open all the options and later you can use whatever you want. I also have Dropbox, indeed, but here. But we have 5 gigas with our Deusto address. So I think that that's quite enough for all the uses that you are going to do at this MBA. Okay? Do you have any questions so far?
And if I'm not in Deusto, if it's personal, how many?
The same.
The same. Yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
Okay. Educational apps. Here I have also a folder called Education where I have all the applications that I have for education, right? I could say that the most important one is this one, iTunes University. This one, the other day you had a session for Blackboard Collaborate, right? Install this one because you can use Collaborate, or you already have it? You already have it, perfect. Do you know Udemy? Install it, we are going to see it later. It's quite interesting for learning. And if someone loves the space, the NASA application is quite interesting also. NASA. NASA. Okay. iTunes University. Here, this is a marvelous world for learning, for personal learning, because here you have many courses from the MIT, from Harvard, from Stanford, to learn yourself many knowledge areas. For example, these courses, these are free courses, by the way. I haven't paid for them, so they are open and free. And for example, it's iPad and iPhone application development. I am a software engineer, so I love to develop applications. So you can see here that you can learn many knowledge areas, and you can see it, watch them in videos. So you have not only PDFs, you not only have documents, but also videos, audios, exercises, and so on. So this is a huge world, and where I strongly recommend to you to spend some time exploring it. Okay? And if you want to search, you click on catalog, and it is going to open again the App Store to search for online courses in the areas you are interested in. And you see that, and you can see that it's quite easy to download courses. You just click on this one, and you download the course you need. Okay. Okay. Any question? No? Okay, let's go ahead. Productivity applications. This is these ones. In this folder. In this folder, I have some utilities that are quite interesting for you. For example, Dropbox. If someone has his or her personal files there. Do you know Box? In Box, I don't know if it is still available, but some time ago we have 50 gigas there to store files. If you download the iPad application, so that's why I have it, because it is like Google Drive and like Dropbox, cloud file storage system, but with 50 gigas. Okay, so it is from the iPad, I think. If you download it from an Android device or something like that, it is not working well. But here we have 50 gigas. Do you know Prezi? No. Prezi. What? No. Ah, okay. Prezi is presentation maker applications somehow. And since you belong to Deusto community, we have a student license. So you are going to be you are going to have available for you the most advanced use for it, because you are logging to it with a student license. Okay, so we are not going to take some time now to see it, but I am going. No, I'm not going to open it because it takes some time. But the idea in Prezi is to elaborate presentations and to show them. Okay. Next one. Do you know Evernote? Evernote is quite useful for taking notes. I think it is linked to Gmail with Google Apps or something like that. This week I have read this week some new where we can see that Evernote, it is linked with some Google Apps, and indeed I think that Google or someone wants to buy Evernote, because it is a quite interesting company, and you see that we can take notes and so on. Okay, it's just to remember to take in, for example, you are reading a book and you want to take a little note, or you are on Twitter and you want to store a tweet, and you can, all that little notes, you can store them with Evernote. So this is quite interesting for your personal learning and for keeping everything in order while you are learning. Yeah.
Question about Prezi. I was trying to log in. Do you have to do something to activate Deusto in Prezi?
When you register, there is an option on the web. Let me show it. If you go to prezi.com, you see here you have to click on sign up, and you're going to see here the different licenses. On the here, where is it? There is a student license. Maybe it's because it is the iPad, but in the web.
Yeah.
Where is it?
The web, and it's below the. Yes.
Okay, are you on the web? Okay. It is the student license. I don't know where is it in the iPad, but it should be here Okay, we will send you later where is it, right? But you have a student license. And finally, the other productivity tool that it's quite useful for you is this one. Find the iPhone. I am not kidding that it is quite interesting to see where you have your iPad and the iPhone. Just in case you lose it, or just in case someone takes it without asking you about it. Okay? Yeah, you are going to see it in the map. So there are many cases that people has found their iPad because the burglar, the robber, was found using this application. So
you know maybe the street and the number?
Yeah.
You know the area?
No. You see how the iPad is moving because you see the iPad moving in the map. The problem is that I don't remember all the passwords, so but download it and create and link with the iPhone, because if you lose the iPad, you can find the iPad using the iPhone, and vice versa. Yeah, it's very useful just in case something happens. Okay. Okay. More interesting applications, the audiovisual ones. There are a couple of, I love audiovisual learning resources. I love to learn by them, and I love to teach by them. So I recommend to you this one, podcasts. There are many podcasts for example, I have many podcasts from I love history, for example, and I download many podcasts from or Politicon and so on. There are many, for example, this one, the Historia, in Spanish, in English, in German, in many languages. And if here it is the store, and you go to the store, and again, it opens the App Store, and here is where you can find podcasts. And you can go walking or go in the subway, and you can go listening to a history class, or to economics class, or finances, accounting, or whatever. And you see, for example, if you want to, let's search for something related with economics. You see that we have many lecturing classes or many talks from the London School of Economics, from the UBS or whatever, and you click on the button to download. We download it. For example, let's download this economics class from Harvard, and you see that it is downloading. Please, whenever you download something, be sure that you are connected to a Wi-Fi network. Otherwise, sorry?
Our iPads are just Wi-Fi.
You aren't 3G?
They are just Wi-Fi.
Ah, okay, sorry. Okay, that's okay. Because if you are connected to the 3G, you are going to spend all the data that you have for a month downloading these resources, because they are quite heavy. Okay, and it takes some time to download it in. And once it is in your iPad, you can put the earphones, and you can listen to it. You see?
Are always sound? No music?
Sorry? Just listening to it. Nothing to see. It's somehow like audiocasts. Let's open one. She's just listening to it. So I listen to this kind of files, when, for example, when I am in the subway or when I have spare time. I always listen to podcasts. You don't have to have an internet connection because you have already downloaded it to your iPad. So, and it doesn't take so much battery, and I really find them quite interesting for your personal learning. This is the idea of this class, to show you many applications where you can find learning resources, to use them and consume them in the iPad. Okay, and finally, prior to start seeing all the Google applications, we have the communication applications, the communication apps. Google+, Skype, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Do you already have Google+? Yes. If we open it, you are going to find, well, you have to log in. In the iPad, you have less features comparing to, for example, the Mac, but we still have many features here to use. Do you know what are the Hangouts? Have you ever used or be in a Hangout? A Hangout you already have. Any other one? Indica? Yeah. The Hangouts are somehow a web conferencing meetings, okay, where you can gather with your friends to talk. Which is the difference comparing to Skype? That you can be editing together in a collaborative way a Google document. And that's why I find it quite interesting for this class. Okay? In a Hangout, you see here I have all my friends to call. You see Indica, Alvaro is here to call him. The idea is, such as in Skype, you select some contacts and you call to them. In this class, you can call to between you, using your Open Deusto address. Because the first thing that you should be doing after opening your Open Deusto address is to create your Google Plus account. Do you already have it? Yeah? Okay. So you open it and you can use it to communicate with.
Do you know how to log out in the iPad?
Sorry? What is the question?
It's my wife's and my iPad, so we are both using it. So now it's like the account is my wife's account. Now I can't log in, log out.
From where?
From the Google Plus.
It shouldn't be happening that. It's on the App Square. Here in settings, I think. Yeah, here in settings, Indica. Settings.
Ah, okay.
Sign out.
Thank you.
Okay. So Google Plus is quite interesting just because of your Open Deusto address. So I really like it.
It says that the manager of this Open Deusto can access all our data.
Yes, we can, but we are not going to do it. Trust us. Okay, we are serious people, and we are not going to access any data. I have all my life at Deusto address, all my documents, so I really trust in the. And remember that in Spain we have LEOPD. Ley Orgánica de Protección de Datos, that doesn't allow us to access to any data, any personal data, so you can trust on us. be safe. Okay. Do you have Skype? Skype? Okay. Skype is also it works quite well. I think it works better than in other environments. And sometimes I also use it. And I think that all you know what Skype is, so I'm not going to spend more time here. And you also have the Twitter application that I guess that all you know what's Twitter. So just to know it, because in the iPad it's quite useful when you are traveling on the subway and so on. And the other one, and this is quite the LinkedIn application is one of my favorite one in the iPad, and I guess that all you have a LinkedIn account. In case you don't have, please open it this afternoon, because LinkedIn is a very interesting application, and not only an interesting application but also to read news. You see here that this is somehow a newspaper where I can read all the news my friends in LinkedIn are sharing. You understand the idea, right? And I also recommend to you to use it. Okay, so those are my basic applications and the basic ones that I really recommend to you to download for your use. For teachers, I also have here for example, some notebook applications where I can take notes. In case you want, you also can buy a stylus. In case you don't like to use your finger to write, you can use also a stylus. You see, and for example, for this one these are my marvelous paintings. And you see that you can be using that. For example, for a lecturing classes, it is quite useful to use the stylus, because I can be here and not be like such in this way. Okay. And Flipboard is also an interesting application for to read news. Many people use it. It's a mass app application where you can gather all the news that your friends in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all the social media accounts you have, what your friends are sharing. It is going to be here gathered. Okay. And you see that the application is quite good. You see the idea? All the stuff that your friends are sharing in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on, it is going to be here gathered in Flipboard. This is one of the most famous iPad application, because many people uses it. Okay. And there are many other ones, but those are for your personal leisure, so I am going to leave them on aside. And we are going to go to the second part of this class, that we are going to see how to use the Google applications from the iPad. Okay? Do you have any question before starting with Google Apps?
No.
No. Okay. So let's open Google. Okay, the first application is Gmail, that I guess that all you already have a Gmail application. Do you have a Gmail in your iPad? I mean, not opening it from here, but here also the specific application for Gmail. Do you have this one? No? Okay. Sorry? This application is quite interesting, the Gmail one. So in the App Store, search for the Gmail, and you see that one. And it is a native application to open Gmail from the iPad. That one. So search for Gmail. And after installing it, you are going to find this look and feel. Okay? Sorry?
Can study.
Oh, really? Mekane is the vice dean of the engineering faculty. And here what you can do is to link all your Gmail applications at the same application. You see that you can add many email accounts and you can link many other ones and check all your mail from this application. If you click on add account, you can add here many other applications. You understand? Yep.
How many mails and you have different passwords?
In the different email addresses. You click on. Sorry? No problem. Yeah. No problem. No problem. Indeed, it is recommendable to have different passwords, just in case someone finds one and opens all the email addresses.
How many extra features does Deusto provide us? Because in the end, I'd rather use my personal account and I have the email resent from Deusto to my Gmail account. Because for customer privacy, there's a clear feature that you can use.
The main idea is that the only email address that we are going to use to communicate with you is Deusto. That's the main advantage of using it.
Yeah, but I have the email resent, so it's okay. But
okay, but
in 1 year we're going to leave, and
but that email account is for the whole life. It's not going to end once you leave the university.
I know, it's still having two separate things doesn't make much. So, like Google Plus, I have Google Plus already. I have to create another one. It's confusing.
I really understand and I fully agree with you, but at the university we are only going to use Deusto. You have to understand us also.
No, it's no problem, but my personal decision it will be to keep my personal address and not use the Deusto. That's my personal decision. But what I mean is, what extra features I have to
None. Anyone. I mean,
there are no Google apps that are not available for the public.
Yeah, there are some ones.
For example, I think that you have more in the inbox. You have more space.
Yeah, more storage space for you, and I don't have an Deusto account. That's why I am asking you to join. But I know that there are some specific applications also. For example, the scheduling. The scheduling is there in the internet. Yeah, there are some extra features, but not really a worthwhile ones. And you know, we are not giving you something special or. It's just institutional communications. It's different when you write an email from @Gmail that when you write it from @Deusto. It's more serious one. You understand? For example, if you are applying for a job, it makes more a serious communication when you write that you are leaving for an MBA and you write an email from Deusto. You understand? It's sometimes it is worthwhile to use it. Thanks for the questions, Antika, and so. Okay. We also have the email that we can check from the application that Apple gives us. I guess that you all know how to use this one. Here you can also check many inboxes.
How you set up those different inboxes?
Yeah.
Like the
Here you go to settings, you see? Settings. And mail, contacts and calendars. Here. And
so you're like logging in 3 different or 4
Yeah.
different.
it is loading. And here you can add, you see here, add account. And not only the mail, but also the calendars, the contacts. The contacts is quite interesting also, because you are going to have, at Deusto, you are going to have all the contacts from this class. So that contact list could be quite interesting to keep for the future, in case some of you ends being the executive officer of some interesting company. So the contacts are always worthwhile to keep. Okay, any other question? Okay. Let's go to check the next one. The calendar. Does anyone here use calendar?
No.
No. Okay, you like using all these applications, right? You are.
Maybe Google user.
Okay. So am I. Oh. So the calendar. The calendar, maybe it's one of my favorite ones. It's where I keep all my scheduling there for the multiple things I do every day. And one of the most interesting things from the calendar is that you can link it with many gadgets. For example, with the iPad. You know that the iPad, by default, brings this application, the calendar one, and I am going to open it. You are going to check all my life, but you see that that here I have all the calendars. You see that I have different colors, and those are all my calendars with different colors. Okay, you see, and I have them with different colors just to know in which office I have to be at different times. Okay, this is also a very personal use. You can manage it as you want, but this is the idea. And I love it because you see that here I have all the details. This is this class where I have all the description of the things that we are using, and I also have it synchronized with my iPhone, and also with the rest of my computers, and with the rest of the gadgets I have. Okay, so that's the idea. I keep Google Calendar updated, and I access to the same calendar from many different devices. You understand, right? Yes. So that's why it is quite interesting. Being a student, they also have a calendar from the university, right? Okay, with your Deusto address, you are going to see our institutional calendar, where you can find some important events that we have along the year.
I don't know if the rest of the class is doing it, but if you go to the internet and press in the calendar, it already put the
Our calendar.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Thanks, Indica.
Pero ¿cómo lo sabes?
Here, in settings, mail, contacts and calendars, and you click on Add Account. John? For example, let's do one time. I am going to synchronize in my iPad John's Deusto address. Okay, you click on Add Account. You see? Add Account. Everyone is here. Okay, click on Add Account, and you see that we can integrate here iCloud, Microsoft Exchange, Yahoo addresses, Hotmail. If you have any Hotmail address, you can also integrate here. But we are going to integrate Gmail. Okay. And okay, name. The name is the name you give to the inbox that it is going to create. Okay. The name. Yeah, that's for example. In this case, I am John Gonzalez. And this is the name that it is going to use to send emails. So when you send an email from this account, from this iPad, it is going to put that open Deusto. It is going to write John Gonzalez. There you have to write your personal @OpenDeusto address. Be careful when you have. Be careful when you write when you are showing the iPad, because the iPad doesn't protect a lot the privacy. So that's why I am going to quit the cable just to introduce the password. So if you bring the iPad here to have any presentation, be careful with that, because it's quite easy to copy it. Okay. Yeah, Tesla. And finally, in the description, write OpenDeusto. Don't worry, you can. Yeah, you can. You can always update everything, so no problem. OpenDeusto. Are we ready? Good, thanks. We click on next. It is verifying if, in case we haven't written well the password. Is working. You see? I am going to download all the emails from John. Are we here? All you? Mati?
I'm dealing with changing the password of Deusto, and it's tough.
Okay, let's do it later if you want. Okay, we can help you. Or can you help her? John is going to help you, okay? Everything is okay? Okay. So here is where this is Fatima. This is the question you were making, I think. Where can we synchronize with the calendar? So here is where you select to link this iPad with the calendar. You understand?
Yes.
So if you click on and you click on save, it is going to download all the emails from John's address. It is going to synchronize the calendar.
Only a calendar.
Sorry?
Only a calendar.
Only the calendar you have with your OpenDeusto address.
Okay.
If you want to synchronize another Gmail account, you have to add another Gmail account. Okay, you got it? I am going to cancel it because otherwise John is going to be worried about his privacy. So click on cancel. Any other question? Okay, so that's the calendar. The calendar is quite easy to use also from the application here in calendar. For example, if I want to add an event here, just press the finger and it creates an event, you see there, and it is quite easy to move from one day to another day. For example, I am going to add an event on on Saturday. That is not so recommendable. For example, meeting at the office. You see, you can add the location. Oh, we are at the room 33. It starts at 12 in the afternoon. It ends 1 hour later. You see here, you can invite your friends or invite your Open Deusto addresses. For example, I am going to invite John. You see? Yeah, and I am sending an invitation to John, so John is going to receive an email where he can accept the invitation or decline it. Okay? Here you have the calendar where you want to store this event. You see? I am going to add to my personal calendar, but I have many different calendars. I create a calendar for each subject I have, because I share the calendar with my students so that they can check our scheduling for each day. Do you understand the use I make for the calendar? I am also a heavy user of Google Apps, so and here is where I can add different notes. For example, okay, and if you click on done, the event is created. You see there all the details, and John has received an email about it. No, don't worry, John, and whatever. And this event, it is going to be synchronized with all my gadgets. Why? Because I am updating my Google Calendar. If I go to my Google Calendar, I am going to see that tomorrow, you see, it is updating it. It is updating there, but I am going to see later that my event of tomorrow is there. Okay? So this is the idea of using calendars and the idea of working in groups, that you can create an event and share it with all your fellows if you are working in groups or whatever. Okay, the next application. By the way, if you want to go to another application, you just press the finger and slide it to leave it aside. Okay, the next one is my favorite one, so let's wait till you are all you ready. What happens? Yeah. ¿Te sacó? ¿Qué pasó?
Sí, sign out.
Ah, but you have clicked on sign out, right? No? That sometimes happens when you have login with another Gmail account.
Ah, okay.
That's another case. Are we ready? Okay, let's go to Google Docs. This is my favorite one. And okay, you see that it is going to appear here an alert, a warning to download the Google Drive. I already have it. You see that John has accepted the invitation before. You see there? Thanks, John. We quit it. Okay, here we have all the documents we have at Google Docs. Okay. Here in this button, you see there, we can create a new document. With the iPad, we can only create a Google document and a Google spreadsheet. We cannot create Google Slides. That's the only limit we have. So in case you want to create slides, such as the ones that I have shown you before for my lecturing classes, you have to use a Mac or a PC or whatever you want. But here we cannot create slides yet. Google is working on it, as always. Or Google is buying a company that is already doing it, better said. So if you click on, let's create a document, we can give a name to the document. And we click on create. Okay, and here is the document. Okay. This is the mobile version of Google Docs. If we want to use the desktop version, you see here a button called desktop. Click on it. And it is going to change the look and feel towards a more familiar one. You see this one? And this is like working on the PC. I'm going to share this document with Jon. You know how to use Google Docs? Just no? Okay. Okay, so sorry. I am going to do it slower. The idea in a Google Doc, let's suppose that we have created a document. We have created a document using Google Doc, right? And I want to share this document with Fatima and with Jon. Why? Because I want to be elaborating that document in group, because we are a group of 3 people. So we are going to be 3 people updating this document. Myself, Jon, and Fatima. Okay? So once I have access to this document, the first thing to do is to share this document to Fatima and to Jon. So touch share, and here write the email addresses of the people you want to share the document with. Why it's not working? Ahora. Which is your Fatima? Which is your Open Deusto address?
Fatima.ornelas.
Fatima. Wait, let's. Oh. Theo. You see now that Jon is there, write something please. You see that I am not writing nothing, and you see that the document is being written by another person, that is in this case Jon. Here I have a chat there to talk with Jon. And here we can be talking in group while we are writing together this document. Okay, you see the idea? And I'm going to share it with Fatima now. Esto se pone Fatima dot Ornelas.
Yes.
Ornelas. Okay, so Fatima has received an email where she can click on the link that Gmail has sent to you, and you can access to be with John and me writing at this document. You see the idea?
Yeah.
So please write something, just your friends to see how. So we have here Fatima also. You see Fatima right in there?
Yeah.
Write something, please. And I'm going to go to the computer of John, and I am going to write something. You see that John is writing there, and Fatima is writing up, and I can be writing in another. You see the idea, and this is quite useful when you have to do something in groups, and it works quite well. Again, use it when you are connected to the Wi-Fi network, because this application uses a heavy traffic of data. You can guess. So being alert. Any question? And the same idea with a spreadsheet. Yeah.
It's useful to use just to write as document just for you, like a one.
Absolutely. If you want to take notes, for example, in class,
Yes.
I strongly recommend to use a Google Doc. Why? Because you can take some notes and later on share it with your friends. There is also another application that is, where is it? I don't really use it, that's why I can't find it. It's here, Notes. This is also just to take some notes. You see? And I can take, for example, these are my different notes, and I'm going to take another note. For example, this is class, and today is you see, so I have a new note, that is the first sentence of the note, and right now I can start. And here I can gather all the notes. But I prefer to use Google Docs because it is a collaborative working tool, and it works quite well in the iPad, and it works even better in the computers. So.
And when you do it, you have it in the iPad, in your mobile phone, and the computer at the same time.
It's totally safe.
Yeah. It is a.
It's already safe.
Yeah. And the best thing about the Google Docs is it improves every week. You can find a new feature of it every week. Indeed, do you know about 365, the new Microsoft suite? It is also in the cloud. So apparently all the Office suite, the old Office, you know, it is moving towards the cloud. It is moving towards being on the web. So apparently all the applications to develop documents are going to be here in the cloud. So the sooner you get used to it, the better for your future. So use it. Okay. Thanks, Fatima, and thanks, John, for the. We have taken some very interesting notes for the future. Okay, and Google Plus. Google Plus, we have you have already downloaded before the application. Okay. We don't have so much time, so I'm going to go faster. But in Google Plus, the idea is to have somehow a WhatsApp, because you can also send messages being in groups. You can send private messages to your friends and whatever, and you can also have an Skype here, okay? Because here in the Hangout, this is somehow an Skype tool. You also have the events here. The events, it is synchronized with your personal calendar, so you can have events on Google Plus to have web conferences and so on, and it is synchronized with your Google Calendar. And we also have communities. Communities are somehow private social networks. At the university, you can find many communities. For example, this is our private community, Aulatic, where we sometimes, from time to time, we publish some interesting news about technology. So in case you see John, that is publishing here some news about how to use ICT at the university and so on. So at our service, at our ICT office, we have this private social network. It is private for our Deusto community, but it is public, right?
You can find it.
Okay.
We have to accept it.
Okay. So it is kind of a closed network where we share news about ICT with our students, with our fellow staff people, and so on. And I am also, I am very interested in statistics, and I am also in some communities where I can find news about statistics, machine learning, and so on. So there are also open communities all over the world to find resources about some knowledge areas. Indeed, I guess that there are many economics. You see that here there is an economics community where you have to apply to join it, or maybe there are also MBA communities where you can find some MBAs communities to find resources there. Okay? So, that's everything from Google Plus also. Finally, YouTube. From last September, I think, the Apple gadgets doesn't bring YouTube by default. I don't know if the new gadget, the new Apple devices bring YouTube. I guess that not. So you have to download it. Just okay. So, and in YouTube, I guess that all you know what's YouTube. So Maps. It's very interesting. Not only for having it on the iPad, but also on the iPhone. Why? Because it works by GPS, not by internet connection. So you can use it just in case you don't have an internet connection. You can also use GPS. Okay. So.
But if you don't have a connection, you won't see the map.
Yeah, but you can
drop things.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a very interesting case. For example, when I travel to strange countries, what I do in the hotels that I have internet and download the maps. You understand that question is a very good question. For example, let's suppose this is Madrid. I am connected to internet, so you see that it is loading the maps so I download this map, and once it is downloaded, I can use to check the different parts of that map. You understand?
How can you download this? Is it?
Sorry?
How can you download?
Just doing this.
And this is download.
That
Yeah.
must be a limiter when
Yeah.
Because in Google Maps now you can tell him like download me this part of the map.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. You can do this. Can you do this here or is it?
No, it's the same. We are using Google Maps. It's the same feature.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
No. This is not Maps from. This is Google Maps.
I'm not sure. In the Android now you can tell him to download a part and it downloads and you can check it online anytime.
Okay. I don't have an Android device, and
I mean it's new, so maybe it comes.
yeah, no, I don't know about that feature. So I am talking about Apple today. I am an Apple salesman today, so I can't talk about Apple today. But that's an interesting feature. Okay. And you know FaceTime?
No.
FaceTime, that's my ugly face, but this is FaceTime. You see that here you have all, these are all my contacts, and I can have a FaceTime. This is somehow a calling, it's like using Skype or using Google Plus Hangouts, but using FaceTime that only works under Apple. You also have it for the iPhones, and it is for free in case you are connected to the internet, obviously.
I'm sorry about that. I've used it in the Google Apps. You can download the map and put it inside the iPad and keep it for the journey or whatever without the airway.
Yeah, there are some maps that you can download them. Yeah. The question is where is that feature?
Sorry?
Which is the question?
No. For example, for the iPhone, I have an iPad and an app called City Maps to Go that you can download the whole map of Madrid or whatever.
Yeah.
And get it offline. So
Yeah.
is
the same idea.
The features in Google Apps, you can do the same.
Yeah.
Keep it offline.
For doing that, to download the map, you don't have to actively download it. You just have to be like navigating around it. Suppose that we are at the hotel during the breakfast, and you open the map, such as this one, and here is downloading all the resources that are under this area. You see that this is the west part of Madrid, and this is the east part of Madrid. So when you do this one, we already have it.
Ah, okay.
So it's keeping it inside the iPad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
So you can zoom.
The zoom downwards, not upwards.
Okay.
If you want upwards, yeah, you see,
Okay.
it downloads it again.
Okay, perfect.
So you can go one direction, but not the other one. You cannot go upwards. Okay. So this is all. I am in times, surprisingly. And well, just finally, we also have Google Chrome here. I don't use it a lot, but you can, if you are used to using Google Chrome, you just can download it. Indeed, I think that I have it here in the dock. Yeah, I have it here because sometimes I use it to show some web applications. And that's all. Just to end this session, I just want to remember you that you can find us at this email address. So in case you have any questions regarding to ICT tools, please write us an email, and we welcome you to visit us also, just in case we can help you whatever you need. Okay? We are physically in the, you know where the CRY is? Okay, we are CRY. Centro is on the other side of the river, and the tall building. And we are on the 7th floor, and you are going to find our signs where our office is. So it has been a great pleasure for us to having this lecture in class, and see you sooner or later.
In my case, soon.
Thanks. Anyways,
Information.
yeah. we really welcome you to visit us, so whenever you want. Okay?